Recorded.
First of all, wish you happy very new year. So this is the first batch where we are going to start this new year. Okay, and very good morning all, and good evening, and good afternoon wherever you joined. So today we are, as part of this course, today we are going to cover the complete module one. So what is cloud computing? So, what is Microsoft Azure? So, what are the regions? What are the availability zones? How the region creating? So, and most probably tomorrow we are going to cover how to create a free trial account, and also we are going to start the first service, that is Azure Virtual Machine. Okay. So, what is Azure Virtual Machine Service? How to create it? So that we are going to start in uh, this complete the module one will covers the basic about the cloud computing. So what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, and also we are going to cover complete about the virtual machines as part of module one. Okay, so first let me start. Okay, so before going to the slides, okay, so first of all we should know why cloud. So currently everyone is working on on-prem, right? So as part of this course completely we are discussing why the cloud, what is cloud, so what are the service models are available in cloud, what is the or how many deployment models are available, and what are the cloud providers are available in the, throughout the global, and we'll go for the demos. Okay, so each and every, so what are the services are providing by Microsoft Azure. Okay, so out of that, so what are the services are very relevant to our SQL, as we are a pure code SQL Server DBS. What are the relevant SQL services which are will be okay supporting under our awards? Okay, that we are going to cover in this part of throughout our course. Okay, so first, so let me go to the cloud providers. Okay, so we have Amazon Cloud, Microsoft Cloud, IBM Cloud, okay, Google Cloud. So we have so many cloud providers throughout the available globally. So these are the topmost providers. So where so many people will hear about the, so who is, what is the cloud means. So Amazon is providing the cloud. Okay, Microsoft is providing the cloud. Google is providing the cloud. Okay, so like say in the simple terms. So in a simple terms, we have the internet providers in our surroundings, right? So when you go to the US, when you go to the India, we have so many internet providers like Airtel, BSNL, okay, like Reliance, like Vodafone. So we have so many internet providers, right? Like same how, so what are the cloud providers throughout the globe? Okay, so Microsoft Azure, Amazon, okay, so Google, IBM. So these are the cloud providers. So out of which we are going to mainly focus on the Microsoft Azure. So as part of this course, okay, and also I will also cover a differences between, so what you, so almost similar terms we will use when you go to the Amazon cloud, when you go to the Microsoft Azure cloud. So but the terminology is different, but the work nature will be almost same. Okay, so and again I wanted to let you know everyone, okay, feel free to ask the questions, you can stop anytime. Okay, please, if you have any question, just you have use the chat window, and also you can ask the questions. Okay, please, this is not a one man show. This is the teamwork where you need to clarify your doubts. Okay, so because you are sitting for 2.5 hours, right? Just feel free to ask. Okay, okay, so any questions till now?
Yeah, good. So,
Okay, now see, before cloud introduce, please be mute if you are not asking any questions. Just please be mute, and if you wanted to ask any question, just unmute it and just you can ask. Okay. So before cloud computing, so how? So for example, suppose you wanted to host a website. So you wanted to host a website, okay? You wanted to place one organization, okay? So what are the things you will follow? What are the things you need to take care? Don't go deeply, just high level. So what are the major things will take care? So if you wanted to host a website, anyone? Online people? Manoj, Maruti, Raju.
We need web server and we have to create the web server.
Okay.
We
Good.
need operating system, storage, network,
Okay.
servers, all the infrastructure
Okay.
wise we need.
Yeah. See, exactly. So what are the first thing you will take care? So you need to buy the stack of servers, right? In a simple terms, you need to buy the stack of servers first. If you decide to host a website, first you need to purchase a stack of servers. Yes or no? So you need to purchase the hardware, you need to purchase the software. Okay, when in come to the hardware, you need to purchase the RAM, you need to purchase the processor. Okay, you need to purchase the storage. All this category will comes into the infrastructure, right? So you need to purchase the stack of servers first. Next, okay, and you need to monitor the servers and you need to maintain the servers. So once you purchase the servers, you need to monitor the servers and you need to maintain the servers, right? Yes or no? So that is also we need to take in care. This is also we need to take care. Next, so you need to maintain the high traffic. So whenever the connectivity is very huge, like a simple terms, okay, sales time, like Amazon sales, Flipkart sales, Snapdeal sales. Okay, so when you go to the US, we have the Black Day, right? So where so many people will come to and purchase the products. So that time the traffic is very huge. Okay, so the time traffic is very huge. So how you can maintain the traffic? How you can maintain? See, in regular basis, assume. So in regular basis, assume if Flipkart is having a connection about 10,000 to 20,000 connections. In sales speed, suddenly it will go to 1 crore to 10 crores. Assume the connectivity traffic will be very huge. So how you can maintain this traffic? Means you need to purchase the more servers. So the sales speed will be not for continuous 1 year, right? The sales speed will be just for a week or just for a couple of days. So for couple of days, you need to purchase again the stack of servers with the hardware, with the software, and you need to configure. Once the sales speed, then all where you will keep all these servers. All these servers will be idle, right? Yes or no? Online people, just please make more interactive, okay? That's what my concern. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. So this is the challenges we are facing in current on-premises. In current on-premises, so whenever the traffic is very huge, so we will purchase the servers, we'll purchase the hardware, we'll purchase the software, we'll configure. After the sales speed, the traffic will be very less. So where I need to keep all these servers? So this is what happening before cloud computing. Before cloud computing, so if you wanted to host any website or if you wanted to host any application, so you need to purchase the stack of servers, you need to monitor, we need to maintain. Okay, so you need to maintain the traffic as well. Okay, all this will also need to be considered in current on-prem, and these are the challenges we'll see in current on-prem. How? Okay, then see, coming to next slide. Okay, see, basically everyone must and should know about the data center first. Okay, so data center is nothing but a collection of, okay, the bulk amount of servers where they are placing at one location. So where they are placing out one location, maybe see, data centers can be good, okay, can be ugly. So you can see two variations of data centers, how it will looks like. So in topmost slides, okay, how the data centers is, it is arranged in a form of rack, each rack having a multiple servers with a common power supply, common storage, common network. So technically we need to call this as a rack, sir. Okay, technically we need to call it as a rack. A rack contain multiple servers, okay, which is having a common power supply, common storage, common network. Okay, so this is how your data centers is looks like, and this is how your servers are arranged in the form of in the data centers. But earlier days, so these are the challenges. See, in bottom how the data centers is looking. So whoever visited the data centers, okay, so at any time in your past experience, if you are working, okay, so this is how your data centers looks like. So some data centers are very excellent, where they're maintaining a well designed, okay. Some data centers are looks like this. Okay, so first, data centers. Next, terminals, how to maintain. So in on premises, so we are maintaining the data centers, assume. So we are maintaining our own data centers, which is controlled by us completely, infrastructure wise, security wise, okay, everything we need to control. Okay, so maintaining the data centers is most challenging, like power management, capacity planning, storage management, managing the performance monitoring. So these are the challenges where we need to maintain when you go for on-prem. When you go for on-prem, we are maintaining our own data centers. So if we are maintaining our own data centers, so what are the main concept, what are the main uh, things we need to consider? Means power management. So we need to maintain the power management, and we need to also maintain the capacity planning. So each is our capacity planning, and also we need to maintain the storage, SanDisk, sandbox. Okay, so and you also maintain the performance. So always our application need to be run with healthy and with high performance. So whenever you connect to the Google, or whenever you connect the Amazon, whenever you connect the Flipkart, every time the connectivity will be should be good, right? In case if server is slow, in case when you are trying to connect to the Flipkart or Amazon, it is taking a while, so definitely we will get irritated, right? Yes. So you need to manage the performance as well. And finally, we need to monitor. So you need to monitor the servers, you need to monitor the application, you need to monitor the network, you need to monitor the storage, you need to monitor the hardwares, everything we need to monitor. So these are the this all these things we need to be taken care when you go to the on premises. When you go to the on-premise. So the first vision, the first enhancement done is data centers. So when you go to the organization, so first improvement done by the data centers, where we can see the collection of the servers, a collection of the network, collection of the storage at one location. Complete your project will be, data will be residing in the one data centers, or you can maintain the multiple data centers. Okay, any questions?
No.
Okay, only I can hear one or two voice. Okay, remaining people not sure. Sharat.
No, Subbu.
No, Subbu, you can go ahead.
Okay. Yes. Next enhancement after the data center, the next enhancement done is, okay. So high availability. Next enhancement done is high availability. In case if something happened to my primary data center, in case if something happened to my server, in case if something happened to my storage at one location, okay, so how you can maintain high availability means always your services need to be run, always your services. Hey, not only SQL services, sir. It can be any application. It can be Oracle, it can be DB2, it can be Teradata, it can be Java, it can be any application, sir. How you need to maintain? See, every time when you try to connect to the Flipkart or Amazon or Google, okay, you are able to access, right? You are able to access all this, right? So in backend, they are configured the high availabilities. Means, okay, if something happened to my primary, if something happened to my primary, so if something happened to my primary, my secondary will be taken care of the responsibility. If something happened to my primary, my secondary server will take the responsibility of the failover. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Okay, secondary will taken care. Everything will see. So to maintain the high availability, again you need to maintain the power, network, storage, backups, reports. So why means see, power is most important. Even network is also very important because you need to maintain the right amount of bandwidth to transport the data from one server to another server, from one location to another location. See, assume my primary data center is available in US. My secondary data center is available on UK or India. Okay, so you need to maintain the right bandwidth to transfer the data from primary to secondary. Okay, so this is the next enhancement after the data center. So they started implementing the high availability for to maintain the reports, to maintain the storage, to maintain the network, to maintain the power, to maintain the backups. Okay, they maintain the multiple data centers to maintain the multiple data centers with multiple locations. They won't keep at one location all the data centers. Okay, so if they are maintaining two data centers, one is a primary, one is secondary, so they will maintain in two different locations. Okay, so this is the next enhancement you will see when you go to the on-prem. So first data center, next is high availability. Next, what is the next enhancement done? Okay, so that is okay. So that will comes into the disaster recovery. Okay, so high availability will comes into the disaster recovery. If something happened to your data center, so assume this is your data center. If something happened naturally or human made mistake, okay, so that can be, see, disaster can be two ways, sir. One is natural disaster, okay, one is human made disaster. Like, so for example, you got a request to delete a record in one table. You got a request to delete a table. You got a request to drop a database. But unfortunately, by mistakenly, so instead of dropping one database, instead of dropping one table, instead of dropping one record, you dropped another. That will also can be considered as a disaster recovery. Okay, so the primarily meaning of disaster recovery is if something happened to your data center, a primary data center. So how you can see, so data center design includes the routers, switches, firewalls, storage systems, servers, and application delivery controllers. So data center is nothing but design including everything, sir: routers, switches, firewalls. Okay, so next session we are going to cover all these concepts, networking concepts, next module. So no need to worry. If you are first time listening about how the switches will work, how the firewalls will work, how the routers will work, we'll discuss in the module 2. Okay, so disaster is a well through process the purchasing the powerful computers and make them work as a signal computing resources at different locations. Okay, different locations, like simple headquarters and remote offices. So headquarters will be available at one location, and remote offices you can connect anywhere. If something happened to the headquarters, okay, no worries, we have the remote office where you can try to access. Okay, so disaster recovery and high availability is the two important concepts. So how you will fulfill this HA and DR, as you are a SQL DBS, you are already familiar. Whoever listening the first time, no need to worry. So we are going to discuss in depthly in coming sessions. Okay, so how to maintain the high availabilities, how to maintain the disaster recovery, Okay, so we'll configure the services in the cloud. So any questions?
No.
No.
No, Subbu.
Yeah. Next. So next intervention is virtualization. So earlier what we are doing, so we have a stack of server, so we are purchasing a physical server. Okay, so early in olden days, we purchase one physical server and we'll start configuring on the server, and we are working with that physical servers only. Nowadays, mostly all are the virtual servers. All are virtual servers. Is nothing but you will purchase a huge amount of a physical hardware server. Okay, so that includes the RAM, that includes the CPU, that includes the IO, that includes the disk. Okay, so this is the major enhancement done in nowadays. Okay, almost nowadays, not almost, like 80 to 90% we are using virtual servers. Nothing but you will purchase a huge server which contains the CPUs, RAM, IO, disk, physical hardware server. Okay, on top of that you will hypervisor. On top of that you will use hypervisor like what VMware, uh, Amazon, sorry, Oracle VirtualBox, okay, or Hyper-V. So you can use this any one of this component and you can hypervise. On top of that you will configure the virtual machines. On top of this physical hardware you are configuring the virtual machines. On each virtual machines you will give some amount of CPU, some amount of RAM, some amount of IO, inputs, outputs, and some amount of disk. So that technically we are calling it as a virtual machine. So virtual machines are nothing but on top of physical hardware you are going to build. You are going to build multiple multiple VMs, virtual machines. On top of each virtual machines, you can choose your own operating system. On top of this physical hardware, you are going to use hypervisor with help of VMware, with help of Oracle VirtualBox, with help of hypervisor. Okay, Hyperview, you can create multiple virtual machine. On top of each virtual machine you can choose a different operating system. You can go for a Windows flavor, you can go for Linux flavor, you can go for Mac flavor. Okay, you can go for any one of the flavor. On top of that you can install your own applications, like Java, SAP, Hadoop, SQL, Oracle, any applications. So this is the next, okay, level of improvement done uh, throughout our career. Okay, so the one most of the thing is hypervisor. So olden days, like when you go for 5-10 years back, we are using the physical servers. Even most of nowadays also we are using that is what, like 80 to 90% we are using VMs. Okay, remaining 10% still we are using the physical box, because depends on the application. So purely depends on the application, sir. Okay, it's purely depends on application. So if their application is very critical and they don't want any virtual machines, they want a physical box, then so your Windows team, your storage, your Windows team, okay, your server of team will build the physical servers. Means they will purchase the server physically, and on top of our physical you can build your own operating system. On top of our operating system you can build your applications. Got you? Next improvement, so data centers, high availability, disaster recovery, virtualization. Okay, so what is the next improvement implemented? Anyone, any guess? Online people?
Storage.
Okay, So nothing. Containers. Yes or no?
Yes.
Data centers in a shipping containers. Nowadays we are using the containers like a Docker containers, a Kubernetes containers. Okay. So please be mute. Who are not speaking. Okay. Yeah. So on demand data center on demand containers. So you can ship your servers, you can ship your network, you can ship your storage to the edge of your locations. So for example, you are support where you are supporting to the edge of your locations, you can easily ship your servers, applications, data, network, storage, everything in the form of containers. So how the IT is looking like? See how simplifying uh, the traffic, simplifying the storage, simplifying the improving the higher inputs throughputs. Okay. See, it is simple as everyone is a SQL DBS. Okay. Just let me ask you one question. Okay. How much time you will take to install a SQL server in a virtual machine in a box in a server? How much time you will take or it will take to install a SQL server? Either it can be any version. Sir.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Within 10 minutes you will install a SQL server.
Yes.
20 to 30 minutes, I would say.
Okay. In normal on-prem, it will take hardly based on your throughput, sir. It depends on based on your throughputs means based on your speed of your storage, speed of your server. Okay, that depends. Max it will take 15 to 20 minutes or 20 to 30 minutes. Depends on throughput, sir. Right? So when you go to the cloud, okay, when you go to the cloud, when you go to the marketplace, when you go to the cloud, when you go to the marketplace, how much time it will take to deploy SQL Server on fly? It will hardly take 5 to 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes to install a SQL from marketplace. Just try to understand, sir. I am not telling on-prem. I am not telling on-prem. I am not telling about Azure virtual machine, a normal like how it will looks like on-prem. Okay. I am telling if you wanted to install a SQL server from marketplace. From marketplace, we'll go for practical. No need to worry. Okay. So he hardly it will take just 5 to 10 minutes to install the complete along with the operating system, along with operating system, along with your SQL server. It will take just 5 to 10 minutes. How the improvement done? How the improvement done to install a SQL application? Okay, same. How much time it will take to install a SQL on the containers? Anyone? So how much time
No idea.
it will take to install a on the containers?
I think hardly
No
2
idea.
minutes.
Sorry.
Hardly 2 minutes.
Okay. Any other? Any other answers? How much time it will take? Hardly it will take 5 to 10 seconds. Hardly it will take 5 to 10 seconds to install a SQL server, okay, in the containers. So you can do anything, everything, sir. You can do everyone will have one doubt, sir. How SQL will works in the container? How SQL will works in the on-prem? How SQL server will work in on-prem? It will work same in the containers as well. It will contain the MDF, it will contain the LDF. You can increase the MDF file size, you can increase the LDF file size. Okay, you can do what activities you can perform. So what and all activities you can do on-prem. Okay, how your regular SQL server, how it will work? It will work same on the container. You can maintain high availability, you can maintain disaster recovery. Okay, you can configure all HA and DR. Okay, so how your on-prem will works? You can perform everything on the container, but on fly it will take just 5 to 10 seconds to install the SQL server. how improvement. Got you? So from SQL Server 2019 onwards, you can install SQL on the containers. You can install the SQL Server on the containers. Okay, very simple, sir. Not much complex. Okay, so let me give you one example. Okay, so we have Docker.
What
Assume you are going to
what
yeah.
yeah, what kind of hardware it has in containers?
Yes, I'm just going to that. Okay, so when
Sure.
you go to the Azure Docker, assume you are using the Docker, you are using the Kubernetes. Okay, especially in Docker, sir, where you will create a Docker file. So nothing. You must should know YAML program, YAML program. So completely first you need to design the Docker file. In a simple terms, first you need to design the Docker file. Like it is simple notepad only. Just you need to design the Docker file. In that Docker file, you will need to upload it. So that Docker file will convert in the form of image. The Docker. So what content is available in the Docker file? What operating system you are choosing? Which SQL Server version you are choosing? Okay, that will consider. That Docker file will contain the complete information about your operating system, your flavors, Windows flavors. Okay, so that Docker file will contains which SQL Server, which SQL version flavor you are using, everything, sir. And what you can do, right? So instead of placing in local repository, you can place in the centralized repository. So Docker is providing one hub.docker.com. Just you can upload your image into the dockerhub.com. So whenever you want, you can download it and you can directly use. So what operating system, what version it will be used means, so whatever the you are specifying over the Docker file, that will comes into the matter. Means completely you must and should know about the basic level of YAML programs. Very simple, not much complicated. Okay, it's very simple to write the and create a Docker file. First, you need to create a Docker file. Then you need to convert this file into the form of image. Then you can deploy that image in the form of containers. So you can search it, sir. Not only SQL Server. SQL Server, if you wanted to search. Okay, so you can have multiple images. Multiple images. On fly, you can use this one. Just they will share you the script. So for example, Microsoft. Okay, just you need to pull this image, just you need to run this command, so it will clearly tell you it is a SQL Server 2017. SQL Server 2017. Okay, so which is running on the Ubuntu flavor. This Docker file contains the SQL Server 2017 with CU21. Okay, and this is Ubuntu flavor, Ubuntu version 16.04. So completely the features contains the tag is just written some notes. You can do what you need to do. You need to first copy this image to your local box, and then you need to follow these instructions. Then you need to follow these instructions. Got you? Okay, so this is the enhancement done after the virtualization. After the virtualization, so the market is coming with the concept called containers. So everything predefined in the Docker file. Simple terms is everything will be predefined in the Docker file. Okay, so Docker file will be converted in the form of image. That image you can just run it. Just you need to run it on fly. You will get the SQL. Got you?
Yeah.
Any questions? Anyone? Online people?
Subbu, one question. Does Docker file contains that all OS and SQL Server version, or do we need to do that and upload it to the Docker file? I mean, Docker.
No, it's already available. Whatever the images you are seeing on the Docker Hub, that is predefined, sir. And after that, you can download it. You can change it. Okay, that is open source. Docker, whatever the images are available in the Docker Hub, okay, that is open source. Once you can download the image, you can open the Docker file and you can modify it. That is simple like a YAML program.
Okay.
Now, how the enhancement is going on? So first they started with the data center, then they started with the high availability, then started with the disaster recovery, then it went for the virtualization, then it went for the containers. Got you?
Yes, Subbu.
Even you can see the data center. Okay, even Microsoft, even all the all the cloud providers, so they are implemented the data centers under the sea. Microsoft revealed the finding for the project. Okay, next explanatory under the sea. Under the sea also they places the data center so for main purpose of nothing but to reduce the cost, because around 40 to 50% they are paying amount for the power to maintain one data center. The power management is very important, very expensive, very expensive. To reduce the expensive, okay, so the cooling of the servers, cooling of the data centers, okay, their project is started underlying the sea. That is also one enhancement. Okay,
Is it already implemented in C, or else it's under
implement it's like not fully implemented. Okay, it is still under the process. Okay, everyone is started. Google Cloud is started. Amazon is
Okay.
started. Okay, and Microsoft is started.
Mhm.
It's in its testing stage, right?
Sorry, please be mute. Okay. Okay, so now we are going to start. So till now we discussed, okay, complete about till now what we are performing on the on premises. Now we are going to start with cloud computing. So till now, any questions? Still I could see very less questions. Okay, please make more interactive. It's not like a one-man show. Okay, so we have much time. Just I want
Yes,
to let
Subbu.
you know, after 2 hours I will give a 15 minutes break. Okay, for relax to everyone. Yes, someone is asking.
Can you recap the things like what you have discussed? I just joined to do some magic.
Yeah, sure. Okay, just for recap. Okay, so these are the
Yeah.
topmost cloud providers throughout the global, like Google Cloud, okay, GCP, Amazon Cloud, okay, Azure, IBM, Bluemix Cloud, okay. These are the cloud providers. So we have a number of cloud providers, but these are the topmost cloud providers throughout the global, high level demand, on demand cloud providers. Okay, in simple words. Okay, when you go to the before cloud computing introduced, so if you wanted to purchase a servers, okay, sorry, if you wanted to host a website, if you want to host an application. So what are all things you need to take care means, first you need to purchase the stack of servers. Okay, then you need to monitor and you need to maintain the servers. So you need to monitor all the servers which you purchase and which is under your website, and you need to maintain all the servers, and you also need to maintain the traffic. So whenever there is a huge traffic, like in a simple terms, whenever there is a sales time, so Amazon sales, Flipkart sales, okay, so whenever the sales time, the traffic will be very huge. Either you need to increase your capacity of your servers, or either you need to purchase the more servers. Okay, so after your sales speed, see, sales speed will be just for couple of days or a week. So after the sales speed, so where you will keep all these servers which you purchased, right? So that is the challenges we are seeing in before cloud computing. Okay, so then the evolution of, okay, the evolution of the data is nothing but a data centers. Okay, so they implemented the data centers, and in the one data center they are keeping all the servers. The data centers can be good, data centers can be ugly. Okay, on top of two images, the data centers is very good, which is arranged in the form of rack. Each rack will contain the common power supply, common storage, a common network. Each rack will maintain the common power supply, a common network, and common storage. Okay, so in the bottom of two images, like how your data centers will be look like ugly, so with a lot of cables, whenever if something happened to the server, if you wanted to switch on or if you wanted to start the servers, so this is how you need to go. Okay, so good data centers. So how you are maintaining the data center? Very good data centers and whether ugly data centers. So both I displayed. Okay, next, so to maintain the data centers is very challenging, like a power management, capacity planning, storage management, managing the performance and monitoring. That all need to be taken care by us. So when we go for on-prem, so you need to maintain the power, you need to maintain the capacity, you need to maintain the storage, you need to maintain the performance, and you need to also maintain the maintenance, monitoring. Okay, that all under our control, because that is our data center which is under our on-prem. Okay, so the next enhancement after our data center is high availability. So if something happened to your application, something happened to the server, so immediately how you can switch to the, we can move all our services to the another server, so all it will taken care by another server. Okay, here also to maintain the high availability, the power, network, storage, backups, reports, so all also need to also consider into the one picture. Then after high availability, disaster recovery. If something happened to the my data center, if something happened to my primary data center, so what is the next action item? So I need to maintain the another data center with all same equipment. So same routers, switches, firewalls, storage system, servers, application, everything we need to maintain in the a different data center, like a secondary data center. If something happened to the primary data center, immediately I can switch to the secondary data center. Okay, okay, that is the idea. So here next enhancement is virtualization. Next enhancement is virtualization. In first, in earlier days, we are purchasing the physical servers if you wanted to host any website or if you wanted to host any applications. Okay, nowadays, so completely hypervisor. So we are purchasing a huge server which contains the CPU, RAM, IO, disk, huge amount of. On top of that, we are creating the virtual machines with the help of hypervisor. Like what is hypervisor? Hyperview is a Microsoft product. Okay, and okay, Oracle VirtualBox. Okay, VMware, using VMware, using Oracle VirtualBox, using Hyperview, we can create the virtual machine on top of one physical server. On top of one physical server, you are creating a multiple virtual machines. On top of each virtual machines, you can maintain the You can maintain the different OS, different applications. Okay, you can give the segregate the CPUs, RAM, IO, and disk. Okay, that is a major enhancement done on top of again the virtualization. So they came up with the concept called containers. In this container, where they are going to maintain the server, storage, network, everything. So you can ship your container to the edge of your location, or edge of your application, where if you wanted to move, you can easily move, and the containers are more secure. So they will secure your data. So no need to worry. Security is also available, and they maintain the webcams. Okay, they maintain everything in the containers as well. Okay, this is complete about the evaluation of your data centers, virtualizations, okay, disaster recoveries, okay, containers, everything. Now we are moving to the cloud computing. So any questions till now? Everyone is clear?
Yeah, Subbu. Now we are moving into the cloud. Now everything is speed, like before, for example, if you have any standalone server, so scalability is available, and super speed now. So still, even though if we are moving to the cloud, still they are maintaining any high availability kind of things in cloud.
Yes. In cloud also we are maintaining high availability.
Mhm.
See, simple. Like cloud, I see, cloud is nothing but where your providers are purchasing a bulk amount of servers, a bulk amount of storage, a bulk amount of network. So they are purchasing, okay, and they are maintaining. Your cloud provider, just see, nothing. Very simple logic, okay. Cloud is nothing but, okay, you are paying for rent. You are going to a different location, and you are taking a rent room, right? And you are paying the rent. That's it. Just how much you are using, you are just going to pay. So you don't want to purchase the server. See, nothing. You are not worry about the infrastructure. Infrastructure is completely maintained by the cloud providers. When you go to the on-prem, you need to maintain the infrastructure. So what is the infrastructure? Servers, storage, network, right? Security, maintenance, enhancement, scalability, all these under our control. All is under our control. We need to maintain. So when you go to the cloud, means everything, the infrastructure, whole infrastructure will be maintained by your cloud provider. Just we are using, we are paying. That's it. So that is what. See, cloud computing, it provides an alternative to the on-prem data center. Just it is an alternate, sir. Just it is an alternate for your data center, on-prem data center. How your on-prem data center looks like, your cloud is also look like same. Your cloud will also look like same. See, within an on-prem data center, we have to manage everything, such as purchasing and installing hardware, virtualization, installing the operating system, and other required application settings of the network, configuring the firewalls, and setting up the storage for the data. Everything you need to maintain. Everything will be controlled by us when you go to the on-prem. When you go to the on-prem, all these concepts, all this hardware, virtualization, operating system, okay, network, firewalls, storage, everything we need to be done by us. Yes or no? Scalability, very.
Yeah,
So now
it's
it's a
yeah.
cost effective. So to reduce the cost, we are moving to the cloud. To reduce the cost, to reduce the burden, we are moving to the cloud. So because no need to maintain everything, so everything will be maintained by your cloud providers. So for example, take one application, and in the simple application, I wanted to use that application only for 6 months. For this application, you want 100 servers. For 6 months, will you able to purchase 100 servers with the storage, with the RAM, with the CPUs? After 6 months, where you will keep all these 100 servers? Waste only, right? I can decommission, I can use that
Yes.
100 servers for any other application. Okay, that is also possible, but for a few days you need to purchase the 100 servers, you need to purchase the RAM, you need to purchase the storage for only for just for 6 months. So nowadays what like IT is looking for, instead of purchasing these 100 servers, where I can take a rent for 100 servers from cloud. I will use 100 servers, I will pay for only for 6 months. Getting my point? Online people. So
Yes.
why
Yes, sir.
everyone is looking for cloud? Okay, so everything is under our control, everything you need to maintain when you go for on-prem. But if choose the cloud computing, a cloud vendor is responsible for the hardware purchasing and maintenance. So this is the major that is only one thing. So you no need to worry about the data center, you no need to worry about the infrastructure, you no need to worry about hardware purchasing, maintenance, nothing. So who will maintain? Your vendor will maintain. Yes or no? Like very simple, sir. When you go to the Amazon, so you are purchasing the mobiles, you are purchasing the smartphones, you are purchasing the laptops, you are purchasing the groceries, right? Like same, you are purchasing the server, you are purchasing the network, you are purchasing the storage, you are purchasing the application, you are purchasing the tool, you are purchasing softwares from the providers. In a simple terms, yes or no? Will you agree,
Yes.
everyone?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and the very important one more, your vendors will responsible for the hardware purchase and maintenance. Also, they also provide a wide varieties of the softwares and platform as per service. So they will provide the latest softwares, latest operating system, latest servers with high capacity, with high throughputs, with high IOPS, inputs outputs. So when we are discussing storage, I will show you the differences, sir. I can explain you the differences. Okay, because see, when you purchase, anyone who purchased a external hard disk from Amazon or from Flipkart, anyone, everyone will purchase the external hard disk like 1 TB hard disk, 2 TB hard disk. Either it can be HDD, either it can be SSD. So anyone verified what is the throughput when you are purchasing in the regular days, when you are purchasing on sales time? There is a difference, sir. So everyone will looks like sales time, so we are reducing the cost. You are reducing the performance as well. No one is looking that one. When you purchase same item in regular days, you will get better performance when you are purchasing on the sales time. You can compare, purchase any pen drive, okay, in the sales time, in non sales time. See the performance of two pen drives, you will definitely notice. So whatever the throughputs, okay, providing when you are purchasing from Amazon, when you are purchasing from Flipkart, in the form of storage, so Microsoft, Amazon, Google Cloud is providing better than that. In simple terms, sir, a throughput is nothing but, okay, so when you are copying the data, so for example, if I wanted to copy the data from one storage account to another storage, how much speed it is transferring the data, how much Mbps speed it is transferring data, that is nothing but throughput, sir. That will calculate in the storage. I will show you the in the storage session, we'll discuss a lot. Okay, how much speed you are able to transfer the data. Okay, so that is better than what you are purchasing in outside. What I mean to say is, okay, so Microsoft Azure or Amazon or Google Cloud, they are providing better throughputs when you are getting from the outside, from the market, when you compare with the cloud. Okay, so for example, when you are purchasing outside storages, okay, external hard disk, Okay, they are providing 50 Mbps per second. Per second, 50 MB it is transferring the data, but Microsoft is providing 60 Mbps per second. It's greater than, right? So better optimized. You can get it from the cloud provider, cloud vendors. Got you? Clear? Online people?
Yeah, Subbu, it's clear.
Yeah, Subbu.
Okay. We can take any service. We can take any required service on rent. On rent, sir. Okay, on rent. The
Yeah,
cloud
Subbu, but
computing service.
if
Sorry.
yeah,
Yes.
actually, the clients before assigning the project to the any company, they will mainly consider the security level, right? So, what kind of security levels here it is for our data security in any cloud computers?
Even vulnerability is also security is providing by the cloud vendors. Okay, in simple terms. Okay, so you have 1 crore rupee. Okay, you have 1 crore. Okay, and you given your 1 crore, that 1 crore rupee to one of your friend without any agreement. Will you sleep in the night? So you told to your friend, tomorrow morning we'll make one agreement for that 1 crore rupee. So but you just given to your friend 1 crore rupee, and you will sleep a deep sleep in night. So everything you will think about, what about my 1 crore rupee? Yes or no?
Yes,
But that 1 crore rupee, if you keep in your locker, you can see Param say, right? Yes or no?
obviously, yeah.
Is
Yes,
on-prem. Your money is with you, is on-prem. Your money is with someone, that is cloud. So, but they are telling that we will provide all level of securities. We can enhance your securities, but still like a banking sector, insurance sector, they are still afraid to place the data in the cloud. But they are providing all type of securities, even vulnerability securities as well. Ransom virus
Subbu,
also they are providing. Yeah.
is there any banking sectors is in the cloud right now?
Yes, yes. But see, when you go to the, so for example, take HSBC Bank, take Citibank, take HSBC Bank. So my client is HSBC, my client is Citibank, but on top of my client, how many applications are we are maintaining? That is also will consider. So for one project, you will maintain multiple applications, yes or no? Each application will maintain multiple
Yes.
servers, multiple hardware, multiple storage, right? So
Yes.
if my application, I can keep my application in the cloud, or I can keep my application in the on-prem. That is up to your application. That is up to your application. So my client is Citibank, but on top of my client, how many applications are available? Each application where you are placing, either I can place in cloud or I can place in on-prem. So whenever we got any application, my database architect, okay, my high level designers will discuss completely. So how many servers, what kind of data, how important the data, so where I need to keep the data, that will come, sir. So we will explain to the application team, okay, we are providing the servers, we can place servers in the on-prem, we can also we can also have a subscription in the cloud. You can also, if you are okay, you can also place your application in the cloud. We are providing two options. That is up to application where they wanted to place their data, their servers, everything. Either they can go for on-prem, they can go for the cloud. Getting? It is not a complete project. Okay, within the project we are maintaining multiple applications. Each application, they can have different kind of servers, different environments, okay, different teams, different vendors, everything is different. See, take a simple bank only. You will get a car loan, home loan, personal loan, right? Yes or no? Different level of health insurance, medical insurance, different type of, this all will comes into one application. This all will comes into one application. Each application will maintain a different team. Each application will maintain the different servers. Each application they will maintain the different infrastructure. That is up to their point. Got you?
Yes, Subbu. Yes.
It's clear. So what I mean to say is, in simple terms, even I'm maintaining a banking sector, half of the data can be placed in the cloud, half of the data I can still maintain the on-prem, because that is more secure. That I need to secure my data, because take a simple example: account number, insurance ID, policy ID are more secure, right? Need to be more secure, right? Yes or no? Online people?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In case your application contains these critical information, data, then as per their opinion, either I can go for on-prem, either they can go for cloud. But max nowadays clouds are providing everything secure, sir. Okay. So now mostly every industry is looking for cloud, because cost cutting. When in simple terms, cost cutting, apart from nothing. Just rent. And in simple terms, it is a rent. So the cloud computing service will charge based on the usage. It can be mostly hourly based, sir. So they will charge for hourly base based on your usage, based on your capacity, based on your capacity, based on the usage. They will charge for hourly, they will charge for secondly, they will charge for minutes. Okay, depends, sir. Okay, when you go to the SQL, when you go to the as we are a SQL DPS, we have a concept called serverless. We have a concept called serverless. Okay, so when we are going for serverless purchasing model, they will calculate per second. They will charge per second. In regular terms, mostly in regular terms, they will charge per hourly. What is your configuration, that will comes into the picture. How much you are using, so that they will charge for hourly basis. Okay, clear? Shall we move for next slide?
Yeah, Subbu. Yeah, I see in few cases people are moving from on-premises to their own traditional data centers also, because of their having some issues with the cloud. So then they are moving back to the traditional systems, like their own
Right,
data centers. Like, yeah.
right.
In,
See, majorly how the performance we need to consider. Okay, so depends on, that is purely depends on application team.
yeah.
So for example, you upgraded from lower version to higher version. Assume, in a simple terms, you upgraded from higher version to lower version. Sorry, lower version to higher version. After you are upgrading, entire your application is performance is down. So even application team will wait for a couple of days, still they are seeing some performance impact while they are working with the application. They will definitely tell us, okay, please downgrade, please go back to the old version, so I don't want newer version. Like same, you can also move from on-prem to the cloud or cloud to on-prem. It depends.
Yes.
Okay, in a simple term again, a cloud computing is a delivering of on-demand compute service from the application to the storage and, okay, processing the power typically over the internet and on a pay-as-you-go basis. Okay, so typically they're providing the compute services like application storage servers over the internet. So if you wanted to practice anything, okay, if you wanted to practice, you must and should require the internet. Without internet, you cannot access any servers. Without internet, you cannot access any tools. Without internet, you cannot connect to the portal as well. If you wanted to use the services, if you wanted to deploy the service, if you wanted to modify the service, if you want to perform anything, you must and should require the internet connection. And so they are going for pay as you go basis. Okay, so how much you are using, you need to pay. Okay, cloud computing enables the companies to consume a compute resources such as server storage. Again, same as utility like a water or electricity bill, at a water bill or electricity bill, rather than having to build and maintain the compute infrastructure. So you are just paying for your how much you are using. You are not paying for entire the apartment, right? Entire apartment you are not paying. Entire only for your personal water bill and electricity bill you are paying, right? Like same you will pay here. You no need to pay any additional charge for any services. Whatever the service you are using, just pay for that service. Okay, so Microsoft or Amazon or Google Cloud, they won't charge any. A companies offers these compute service are called as a cloud providers in a simple terms. So whatever the companies offering these cloud services, okay, compute services, they will call as a cloud providers. So like Amazon, Google Cloud, GCP, Azure. Okay, yeah. The very interesting point is deployment models. So everyone clear about what is cloud computing?
Yeah.
So when you go to the cloud deployment models, so we have different models: public cloud, a private cloud, community cloud, hybrid cloud. So first we'll discuss three: private, public, and hybrid. Later we'll discuss what are the different types of clouds are available than this. Okay. So these are deployment model. So either you can deploy your services over the private or over the public or the hybrid. So what is first private cloud? What is private cloud? So private cloud is nothing but a single tenant environment. Okay, meaning the organization using. So means mostly our IT will use all the private clouds. Like it looks like a on-prem, sir. A private cloud is looks like a on-prem. Okay, with a single tenant. With single tenant, you cannot access anything. Okay, you cannot access anything outside you cannot access. Within that network you can access any service, you can deploy the service, you can do anything, you can play with any service within that on-prem, within that okay environment you can do. See, a private cloud is nothing but a single tenant environment. Like in the simple terms, IT will use completely private cloud. Okay, private cloud is a data center setup managed by the organization, keeping it secured. Concepts means different securities will be available for the private cloud. So private cloud, okay, it's like complete on-prem only, sir. Private cloud is nothing but like it's like a on-prem. So where you will get more secured, so where you will get more secured, more different firewalls. Okay, private cloud can be expensive with the typically modern economics for the scale. So when you go for the private cloud, is more somewhat expensive when compared with the hybrid and public cloud. When you go to the hybrid and public cloud, so something more expensive the private cloud because it need to be more secure, right? Yes or no?
Yes, Subbu, yes.
Okay, this is usually not the option for the average small to medium sized business. It's mostly typically puts use the large enterprises. So mostly when we will choose the private clouds means if your application is a large, okay, your application is a lot, then you can go for the private cloud. So no need to go for the medium and a small uh, size of business. Okay, don't go for the private cloud. It's somewhat expensive private clouds. Okay, private clouds are driven into the concern around the securities and the complaints and keep the system within the firewalls. More secure, sir. Your data will be more secure with a different access of firewalls. Okay, so in the simple terms, a private cloud is nothing but a on-prem, where you are securing your data. Okay. Next,
Whatever
when
the
we go for sorry.
yeah. So whatever the cloud it is, so we cannot implement our own services on cloud, right, Subbu? For example, on our so we have a separate firewalls. So can I implement those firewalls on cloud?
Yes, private cloud you can implement. Private cloud is under our control, right? So whatever the firewalls,
Mhm,
so whatever the
mhm.
security policies we can keep in private cloud.
Okay.
See how means we will purchase the subscription. So once tomorrow we are going to see, right? Once we connect to the portal, uh,
Mhm.
Microsoft portal, okay, first level is subscription. On top of the subscription, we can apply the policies. Okay, we have different types of subscription, like production subscription. You can purchase the production subscription. You can create multiple subscriptions, like production, development, test. Production is most secure, right, where you will get the live data. So you can apply
Yes.
whatever the policies you want. Yes, yes, sir, you can apply. Next, public cloud. Okay, as simple. A service provider makes the resources such as application like storage available for general public over the internet, like email. Gmail is a public cloud. Gmail is a public cloud. Okay, so web portals. So web portals, right? Web portals is a public cloud. HR is a public cloud. Collaborations is a public cloud. CRM, okay, is a public cloud. So whatever we are accessing, okay, Teams, Microsoft Teams, Skype, Gmail, Gmail. These are all public clouds, right? You can access, anyone can access, right? Anyone can access the Gmail. Anyone can access the Microsoft Teams. But whenever you are creating the data, see, whenever you are trying to log in, that data will be more secure, sir. Getting my point? See, when you are creating a Gmail account, when you are creating a Skype account, when you are creating a Teams account, where your account username and passwords, your personal data will, where it is storing, that data will be secure. No need to worry about the data. Whatever the applications you are accessing, that applications is in the public cloud, but your data will be available in the private cloud. Getting my point? Online people, the applications whatever you are accessing, that will be in public cloud. Okay, so but the data, whatever the data, that will be in the private. No need to worry about the your data, sir. Your data will be secured. Got you?
Yes. Subbu.
Getting my point? So public clouds will provide the best economic for the scaling and the inexpensive to set up because of hardware, storage, application, and bandwidth cost are be covered by the providers. See, why it is inexpensive means, see, set up because hardware, storage, application, and bandwidth costs are covered by the providers. You are just opening www.google.com, you are downloading the Teams, and you are using. Yes or no? You are paying any license? You can go for the license base as well, okay? Whatever, whoever using the free trial. So we have certain limitations, okay? That I can tell you. We have certain limitations. We can go beyond that one. Yes or no? We cannot go beyond that one. But so where your data is maintaining, so that will be public clouds. When you go for public clouds, okay, no need to worry about the hardware, no need to worry about the software, no need to worry about the network, nothing. Everything will be maintained by your providers. So that is how you are reducing the cost. No wastage resource, because you are paying for what you are using. You are not paying for the additional. You are just paying for what you are using, how much you are using. Got you?
Yes. Subbu.
Yeah. In a simple terms, so difference. Okay, everyone will have one doubt. Sir, I'm getting doubt in private cloud and public cloud. Okay, see, in private cloud, when you go to the private cloud, you need to, so for example, I wanted to configure a VM. I wanted to install a VM. I wanted to build a VM. I wanted to provision a VM. In the simple terms, I wanted to provision a VM. Okay, you need to request. First, you need to request. That need to be approved. You need to manually allocation. Okay, manually installation, complete, right? So the process. in when you go for on-prem, when you go to the on-prem, okay, so you need to request, it need to be approved, it need to be manually allocation, it need to be manually installation, then the request will complete. But when you go to the public, sir, okay, on fly, request, provision, implement, complete. Within fraction of minutes, you will get a virtual mission when you go to the public cloud. When you go to the private clouds, so it may take some time. It may take 1 day, it may take 1 week. Okay, when you go to the public, sorry, when you go to the private, when you go to the public, on fly you can build the servers, on fly you can build the services, on fly you can build the storage, on fly you can use the networks. Yes or no? Just what you need to do, you need to request a provision, implement. So no need to manually allocation, no need to manual installation, nothing. Just provision, implementation, then complete. Yes or no? Online people?
Yes, Subbu.
Okay.
Yes.
So last but not least, hybrid cloud. Okay, so hybrid cloud. It's a cloud computing environment which use a mix of on-prem, private cloud, and third-party public cloud services. Like in a simple terms, sir. Okay, hybrid clouds allows you data and application move between two environments. In a simple terms, okay, the physical server. So they will purchase a physical server. Okay, they will purchase a physical server. Your data will be available in private cloud. Okay, your application will be available in the public cloud. Your data, your data will be available in the physical cloud, sorry, private cloud. Okay, your applications will be available in the public cloud. Hybrid cloud means a combination of a private and public cloud. Like in a simple terms, brokers. Your company will make it as a brokers, right? Selling the products so that they can earn the money, right? Yes or no? So they implemented one application. They need to sell that application, right? So that everyone can use that application. They will get some amount, right? Yes or no? The application is hosted on the public, but the data will be in the private. So hybrid cloud is nothing but a combination of a mixture of a private and a public. So they will purchase a private server, so physical server, okay, which is more secure. On top of that, they will build the public, means a virtual servers, which is in hybrid. Okay, public they can access. So it's a combo. Hybrid cloud is nothing but combo. Got you? I got you, online people?
Got it, sir.
Yes, got it.
Yes.
Hybrid cloud, combination of private and public. Okay, then we have one more cloud provider. What is that? Community provider. Community cloud. So what is the community? Anyone?
Subbu, any other example for hybrid cloud? As you said, like Gmail, the data will be in the private cloud and the application will be hosted on public cloud. So, do we have any other examples for hybrid cloud?
Teams, Microsoft Teams,
Okay.
Skype, all these are right.
Yeah.
So what is the community cloud? First of all, what is community? See, multiple peoples will comes into the one community and for certain level of work, right? In here also, okay, a multiple organization will comes into the one picture and they will build the servers, they will build the application, then they will sell the products. Getting my point? Okay, so multiple organizations comes into the one point. Okay, they will discuss, they will build one application and they will sell the applications. That will also comes into the community cloud. Private cloud, public cloud, hybrid cloud, community cloud. Is there any clouds providers? Not providers, okay? So this all will comes into the public only, sir. Okay, all this. A private is nothing but on-prem. It's look like on-prem only. So this all will comes into the public only, a community, but a combination, a mixture, a combination of private and public, okay? Now, we have few more cloud deployments, okay, deployment model. One is government cloud. Government, all your government related projects will be maintained by the government cloud, which is highly expensive and is highly securable applications. So all your governments related data will be maintained in the government cloud. Okay, but this also looks like a private and private only, okay, but the name, the term, you can also, but don't tell to the interviewers, okay, please. Please, if someone is asking how many deployment models, tell only 3 models. One is private, public, hybrid. Okay, for just for info purpose, I'm just explaining you all this. A government cloud, so for your government related applications, government related data will be maintained by the government cloud, where it is more secure, more expensive. More secure and more expensive. Next green cloud. So anyone, you can search in Google as well. Tell me what is green cloud. Green cloud.
Just no idea about this green cloud. Subbu. I just heard
You
about
can, you
this.
can search in Google. You can just open the Google and search for
Yeah, sure.
green cloud. You will get some info, right? Just I want that info. Anyone? Raju, Sai, Murli, Manoj, Indrajit, Aruna.
It
It's
says
like
to
a just environment. Yes.
it says to reduce the energy consumption.
Yes. Environmental means, see, no wastage of your storage, no wastage of your resources. Okay, just environmental cloud. Nothing. A green cloud is nothing but environmental cloud, where you need to maintain. Okay, no wastage. In a simple terms, no wastage. Nothing. Just whatever the data you want, you are going to use. That technically we can tell it as a green cloud as such. In next generation, in next couple of years, you can see definitely one more cloud is quantum cloud. Quantum cloud. Okay, so quantum cloud, quantum servers. Okay, like which contains a gigabytes of data. Quantum, with more capacity. Your servers will be more capacity than now. Your capacity will be increased when you go to the quantum cloud. Maybe in next couple of years you can also see the quantum servers, quantum cloud. Okay, so these are all the deployment models, but please don't tell to anyone, to the interviewer. Tell only 3 models: private, public, hybrid. Okay, just for info purpose: community cloud, quantum cloud, government cloud, and green cloud. Okay, just for info purpose, I just said. Any questions?
No, Subbu.
Before I wanted to play one video for you. Okay, just for please let me know once everyone able to hear the audio. Okay, everyone able to hear?
Yeah, very less. Audio is Yeah, now it's okay.
Okay. Okay. So what I told you, how many types of clouds are available? Three types of clouds are available. One is private cloud, hybrid cloud, public cloud. As I told you, hybrid cloud is the combo of both, mixture of your private and public. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. See, all clouds are the data centers. Simple terms, I told you, right? A cloud is nothing but a data center. How it will looks like on-prem. How it will look like on-prem. Your cloud is nothing but a data center. A massive data centers. Massive data centers, sir. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like someone else computer where we are storing our private data.
Yes. 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 As I told you, all these are being virtualized. So mostly, okay, 98% we will use 98% we will use virtual servers. Only 2%, even don't get confused, okay? Even when you go to the public clouds as well, you will maintain physical servers. You will maintain physical servers, okay? Not only all virtual servers, you can also maintain the physical servers. Yeah, you can scale the applications. So scalability is very user friendly when you go to the cloud, right? But this is very challenging when you go for on-prem, right? Yes or no? Online people?
Yes, scale up and scale down facility.
Yes. Okay. Clear, everyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm just giving 15 minutes break, okay? So we'll again start at 9:15. Please take a brief rest. Okay. So it's almost 1.5 hour. So just take 15 minutes break. Then we'll start again the next class. Okay. Meanwhile, if you want to take rest or if you have any doubts, any questions, feel free to ask me.
It's for 2 hour session or how it will be, Subbu?
So it's like a 2.5 hour session.
Okay. So till 10:30 you will be covered or 10 o'clock?
10. No, sometimes it may go for 10, 15, 10:30. It depends on
Sure.
so as per our plan. So how much?
Okay.
So because if you're spending 15 minutes extra means you are learning something new. Okay.
Yeah, obviously.
So first we are going to cover complete Azure admin part, like how to create the virtual machines, how to deploy the virtual machines. Okay.
Okay.
Then how to deploy the virtual networks. Then we'll go for storage. We'll go for Active Directory. How to integrate on-prem Active Directory to the Azure Active Directory. Okay. Then later we'll go for Azure SQL. And one advantage we are knowing is you will get managed instance, because managed instance you cannot configure managed instance on free trial accounts. Not possible. Managed instance are you cannot configure, you cannot work under free trial account managed instance. You need to go for pay as you go model. Okay, so we are going to cover managed instance completely, and I will grant you 2 to 3 days permission. So to deploy the managed instance, hardly it will take 5 to 6 hours, sir. To deploy a managed instance service, it will take 5 to 6 hours. So I will show you how to deploy the managed instance. Then I can grant you the permission. So the permission will be placed for 3 days, max 3 days. Okay, because it will chargeable, right? So I will grant you all the permissions. Okay, you can play with that whatever activities you want. You can take the backups, you can perform restore, create the logins, delete the logins, uh, uh, configure high availability solutions, configure application. You can play. So I will grant you the permissions. Okay, I will grant you the sysadmin permission for 3 days. You can play with the managed instance. Okay, got you?
Yes, Subbu, sure.
That is the one thing I can. Yeah, that is one thing mostly you will going to cover in this training course, managed instance. So rest all everything you can do practical, sir. Rest everything you can do practicals, only managed instance. Okay, so it is most expensive and you cannot work with a free trial. So that is why we are going to cover managed instance in this. So we are spending complete for 5 to 6 hours on managed instance. So any questions? Any doubts? You can use the chat window for chatting purpose, and you can use that WhatsApp group as well. Okay, for if you while you are deploying any service, you stuck somewhere, we definitely help you. Make user friendly the WhatsApp, and user friendly the even our day-to-day sessions. Okay, so hardly it will. So we are going to for next couple of weeks, around 6 to 7 weeks, we are spending the time to complete this course content. Okay, so max seven weeks I will take. So complete the monitoring. So complete, we are going to cover complete SQL. Okay. So how to perform the migration. So everyone having a lot many questions on migrations. Okay. And automations that we are going to cover. No worries. So if you have anything, need to just clarify your doubts and questions. So everyone available? Online people?
Yeah, Subbu.
Okay. Yeah. So we are good. So so with this we completed the deployment models. Now we are wanted to discuss about the service models. Okay. So when you go to the on-prem, so networking, storage, servers, virtualizations, hot OS, middleware, runtime, data, application, completely will maintain by us. So when you go to the service models, when you go to the service model, okay, in on-prem, when you especially go for on-prem, so all will be under our control. That is what we discussed, right? So complete, so infrastructure level, application level, we need to maintain. So next, when you go to the cloud, okay, so there are divided into three categories, majorly three categories. One is IaaS, okay, infrastructure as a service, a platform as a service, and software as a service. Okay, software as a service. So infrastructure as a service, a platform as a service, a software as a service. When you go to the infrastructure as a service, when you go to the infrastructure as a service, okay, so networking, storage, servers, virtualizations will be maintained by your cloud providers, will be maintained by cloud providers. So on top of that, you can decide which operating system, okay, which application you wanted to deploy. That will be maintained by us. Infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service is nothing but they are providing completely infrastructure. On top of that, you can host any one of the application that will be maintained by us. When you go for example, Azure virtual machines, Azure virtual machines, Azure storage, Azure storage, Azure virtual machines, Azure networks. So all this will comes under into the infrastructure as a service. Okay, compute service, network services, storage services will comes into the infrastructure as a service. Okay, when you go to the platform as a service, when you go to the platform as a service, okay, so complete networking, storage, server, virtualization, OS, middleware, runtime will be maintained by the your providers. Only on top of the application and data will be maintained by example Azure SQL database. Azure SQL database is a platform as a service. Azure managed instance is a platform as a service. We are mainly focusing on the Azure SQL database apart from nothing. So what operating system, so where they are hosting, okay, so what is the network, we are not worrying about all these when you go for platform as a service. So when you go for platform as a service, we are mainly focusing on our service, on our application and data, on application and data. Getting my point? So Azure Managed Instance is a platform as a service. Azure SQL Database is a platform as a service. Azure Cosmos DB is a platform as a service. Okay, Azure MySQL is a platform as a service. All this will comes into the a platform as a service. So when you go to the software as a service, so Windows Teams, so Microsoft Teams is a platform, is a software as a service. So no need to maintain, you can just maintain the software. Apart from nothing, everything will maintain by your the cloud providers, your vendors. When you go to the software as a service, so Teams, Lotus ticketing tool. Okay, so Salesforce is also software as a service. Okay, you no need to worry, you can just use the Salesforce URL. You can use this, you can use the Salesforce URL. Apart from no need to maintain, anything will be maintained by the your cloud providers. So majorly, so we have three, so IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. Infrastructure as a service, a platform as a service, software as a service. Apart from this, we have any other service model? Anyone? See, when you go to the infrastructure, so everything will maintain by the cloud providers. So we need to maintain the complete OS, which operating system we need to choose. Okay, what application we are hosting. Okay, when you go for the platform as a service, everything infrastructure will be also maintained by the cloud providers. We are directly focusing on the application and data. Azure, SQL database is the best for a platform as a service. Managed instance, platform as a service. Cosmos DB, platform as a service. When you go for software as a service, okay, when you go to the software as a service, okay, Teams, okay, Salesforce, CRM, okay, so this all will comes into the software as a service. So apart from this service model, any other service model? Yes, sir. So we have DRAAS, disaster recovery as a service. Okay, so DRAAS, okay, disaster recovery as a service. So we have one more service model, disaster recovery as a service. Okay, nothing but where you are maintaining the backup, where you are maintaining the backup of your application, backup of your VM, backup of your servers, right? So we have one more service is recovery vault. So what is the best example for DRAAS is recovery vault. Recovery vault will comes into the disaster recovery as a service. So because so you can recover if something happened, you can recover you can recover because recovery vault is the most expensive service where it is taking a backup, where it can take the snapshot of VM, complete VM you can take the backup, complete VM you can take the backup, complete storage you can take the backup, you can take the backup of your SQL as well from the recovery vault. Okay, so DR as a service, this is one is the one another service model. Okay, next is XAAS. XAAS is nothing but anything as a service. Okay, so now Microsoft is now the cloud providers is also providing, okay, anything as a service. See, when you search for XAAS, okay, in cloud computing, so they are telling anything as a service. So that is still under implementation. Maybe in next couple of years you can see anything as a service. So till now majorly we are using IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. So we have DR as a service, anything as a service. Okay, so these are the service models available. So each service model will have the different services based on your service, what service you are using. So, okay, based on the cost, Microsoft will charge per hourly basis. Okay. Clear, online people?
Yeah, it's fine, Subbu.
Okay. Next. So, what is the advantages? What is the disadvantages? Okay, everyone knows advantages lot. Okay, disadvantages only security. Okay, I'm just differentiating the differences between a traditional computing versus cloud computing. Okay, I'm just wanted to show you a simple best example. What is the difference between traditional computing, whatever we are using on-prem, okay, between a cloud computing? See, buying a car is nothing but traditional, where you need to money is upfront. Okay, you need to pay the road tax, ownership, maintenance costs, insurance costs. In case if you don't know the driving, you need to recruit the driver as well, right? You need to driver cost, fuel cost, repair, everything need to be under our control, everything you need to maintain, right? So that is the traditional, right? When you wanted to buy a car, so everything will need to road tax, insurance tax, okay, maintenance, fuel, repair, a driver, everything under our maintenance. Okay, you need to bear for all this when you go for traditional. But when you go for cloud, nothing but a rental car. Take a Ola, take a Uber. Okay, best example. Uber, Ola is the best example, right? A rental cars. Money as per usage. How much time you are using, how much time you are using the taxi. Okay, so no other charges, like no, you will pay road tax for rental cars. You pay insurance tax for rental cars. No, right? You will pay for repair cost. No, right? So no other charges. Okay, affordable. Upgrade your car type. You can choose the which car it fit for your travel. Okay, which fit for your travel. Or even we have one more advantage in rental is a dedicated or shared. dedicated or shared, right? You can dedicatedly you can take the servers, or you can go for the shared. Like example, simple example is elastic pool. When you discuss with the SQL, elastic pool is a shared features, like a shared servers. Okay, like you can go for dedicate or you can go for share. So this is the best example, the difference between your traditional and cloud computing. Reducing finally is nothing but reducing the cost. Clear? Not clear?
Yeah, so it's clear.
Okay. Yeah. Now till now we discussed about what is cloud computing. So what are the enhancement done on keep on in a couple of years? Okay, where we are standing currently. Okay, and what are the differences? What are the service model? What is the deployment model? Now we are going to start a little bit about Azure. Okay, so a little bit about Azure. It's announced in 2008 with the code name called Project Red Dog. Microsoft first announced in 2008 with a project name code called Project Red Dog. That is the name first. Okay, in 2008. Okay, officially launched on February 1st, 2010 as Windows Azure. Okay, it is purely developed. It is purely designed by the cloud leader AWS. Okay, so it is purely designed, it is purely developed based on the AWS only. So AWS is the a leader for the cloud. Okay, so various servers. So Microsoft Azure is offering various service offers like VMs, dedicated spot host. Okay, VNets, a traffic manager, express route, storage account, various servers, around 250 to 300 services Microsoft is offering. Around 250 to 300 service Microsoft is offering, and Microsoft regions is broadly like 54 regions. So it is now increased around 60 plus regions where you can find the Microsoft data centers. You can choose wherever the nearest data center for your application, edge locations. Okay, so and it is hourly billing. Okay, even when you go for AWS also completely, both are similar, but both are different vendors and both are different platforms, but almost similar. So Microsoft is also AWS is also offering spreading across multiple regions. Okay, and AWS is also charging for hourly basis. AWS is also charging for hourly basis. So Microsoft is also offering multiple services. So AWS is also offering multiple services, but a few terminology is different. In Azure, you will call it as a storage account. In Azure, you will call it as a storage account. When you go for AWS, you will call it as a S3 buckets. Okay. In Azure, you will call it as a virtual machines. In AWS, you will call it as a EC2 instance. In Azure, we will call it as a VNets, virtual network. In AWS, you will call it as a VPC, virtual private protocol. Okay, so Azure you will call it as a database services. So in AWS you will call it as RDS, relational database services, where you can deploy SQL, where you can deploy MySQL, PostgreSQL, MongoDB, Amazon Aurora. Okay, you can deploy RDS services. Okay,
So this Azure is also hourly basis or a minute basis?
Hourly basis, but few times based on your service, it can be changed to seconds. It can be changed to minutes. So minutes till now we never see.
Okay.
Okay, but second basis, when you go for serverless, when you are deploying the SQL server, Azure SQL database, okay, in the purchasing model serverless, then it will charge for second basis. Okay, so these are all the services. It is not fit in one slide, okay, where I cannot keep in one slide all the services what Microsoft is offering. Okay, so few services like I said, we segregated like a infrastructure as a service, a platform as a service, remaining are the software as a service. Okay, so infrastructure as a service, will comes into compute, storage, networking. Okay, compute, storage, networking. Under compute, virtual machines, containers. Under storage account, blobs, queues, file, disk. Under network, virtual network, load balancer, a DNS, domain network service. Okay, express route, traffic manager, VPN gateway, apps gateway. Okay, so we are going to cover all this as part of this training session. Okay, compute service we are going to cover, a storage account we are going to cover. Under network we are going to cover virtual network, a load balancer, because we are going to cover always on, how you will configure always on over the cloud with help of load balancer. Okay, how you will configure listener with load balancer. So we'll practical that one as well. Okay, so we are going to cover load balancer. Okay, in time being I will also cover the traffic manager and express route. Okay, let's see how the time being. And next, platform as a service. Okay, so we are going to cover complete about Azure SQL database. Okay, Azure SQL Search database, and Azure managed instance. Okay, that is the latest feature which is implemented by SQL, and migration all. In case in future, if you want to extend your knowledge, sir, okay, my best suggestion is, so as we are a SQL DBS, we already working for SSIS, integration service, right? Integration service, right? In Azure, in cloud, so we technically calling it as a data factory. Okay, in on-prem you are calling it as a SSIS, sir. Okay, SQL Server Integration Service. But when you go to the cloud, you need to call it as a Azure Data Factory. Azure Data Factory is nothing but integration service, ETL tool. So you can extend your knowledge Azure Data Factory. Okay, so storage account is a general purpose. We will use storage account, but when you go for data warehouse, you need to learn Azure Data Lake Storage. Okay, so both are similar, but Azure Data Lake Storage is mostly for the warehouse, data warehouse, where you can store bulk amount of data. Okay, so that is also you can extend in future. Okay, so for example, you wanted to send any email notifications. Okay, like in on-prem we have database email, right? So when you go for Azure, you can have logic apps, logic functions. Okay, where you can send an email notifications. Okay, so top 5 services I am suggesting in future if you want to extend: Azure Data Factory, Azure Data Lake, Azure Data Bricks. Okay, Azure Data Bricks is nothing but automation, sir. If you want to do, if you are familiar with Python, if you want to make automation, you can use Azure Data Bricks with help of Python automation, and logic apps, logic functions. Okay, so this is the best services, and as part of Active Directory, so we are going to discuss Azure Active Directory, and how to integrate between on-prem Active Directory to the Azure Active Directory. Because see, nowadays as our project is, half of the project is working hold on the on-prem, half of the project is our servers are placed on the cloud. So how you will integrate? See, so if you are maintaining 2 credentials, one credentials you are maintaining for on-prem, one credentials you are maintaining for Azure, it's very difficult, right? So instead of maintaining 2 different credentials to make a communication between on-prem and the cloud, you can maintain a single credential to make a communication between your on-prem and Azure. Okay, so that part also we are going to cover, how to integrate on-prem Active Directory to the Azure Active Directory. Okay, if you create any login, if you create any service account, if you create any login, if you create any service account on-prem, that need to be automatically reflected into the Azure Active Directory. Okay, so that is also we are going to cover, and rest we are going to cover complete about our SQL. Okay, clear?
Yeah, clear.
Yes, clear.
Okay, next. Okay, how a portal looks like, a brief. Okay, tomorrow we are going to show the practicals. Tomorrow we'll directly connect to the portal. Okay, so earlier days, okay, about 2 3 years back, we are using manage.windowsazure.com, and this is how your portal looks like. Okay, this is how your portals look like. Now completely Microsoft is upgraded the portal dashboard, in the sense like a dashboard, completely upgraded the dashboard with a name called portal.azure.com, with a name called portal.azure.com. This is how it will looks like now. This is how your dashboard looks like. Okay, so this is how now your dashboard looks like, and now no more you can able to connect with the manage.windowsazure.com. So it is duplicated feature. We are no more using the dashboard. Now completely we are using portal.azure.com. So we can use the portal.azure.com to deploy the service, to create the service, to remove the service. If you wanted to play anything, you can use from GUI, graphical user interface. You need to connect portal.azure.com. Okay, you can also use command prompt to connect to the Azure portal, and you can deploy, you can modify, you can enhance everything from the command prompt as well. Okay, this is the oldest portal where we are using, and this is the new portal currently we are using. Tomorrow we'll go for creating how Azure portal looks like, how to create a free trial account, how to create a subscription. Okay. No. Yeah. The very okay. See, once you log in into the portal.azure.com, okay, once we create an account, okay, once we log in into the portal.azure.com, will you able to access the service? Will you able to access the service once I connected to the portal? Will you able to access the service? Will you able to deploy the service? Sorry.
Yeah, the free services you can access.
Okay. No.
But you
No
cannot
service
access
you
all the
can
services.
access. No, you
Oh.
cannot access even the free service as well. Once you log into the portal, you cannot access any service, even it is a free as well, until unless you need to create a subscription. That is the one challenge in in Azure. But when you go for AWS, sir, when you go for AWS, once you log into the portal, you can access any service, and you can deploy, you can create, you can modify, you can delete, you can play. But when you go to the Azure, that is the one difference you will notice. So if you have the AWS knowledge, when you go to the Azure, must and should you need to follow the hierarchy. You must and should follow the hierarchy. That hierarchy is, first we need to create the subscription. First we need to create the subscription. Until the subscription, you cannot perform anything. Once you create the subscription, you need to create the resource group. Once you create the resource group, you can deploy any resources. Any resources. You can create multiple subscription under one portal. On one portal, you can create multiple subscription, like production subscription, developer subscription, test subscription, so that you can easily analysis the billing, right? How much cost I am paying for every month, how much expense for 1 month for production servers, development servers, so that I can reduce the cost for development and test, instead of creeping all the services in one subscription. So that is what they will do in real world. Okay, under one subscription you can create multiple resource group. Under multiple resource group you can place multiple resources. Resources are nothing but virtual machines, storage account, SQL database, Azure Cosmos DB is a resource. So this is the hierarchy you need to follow in the Azure when you compare with the AWS. So AWS, there is no hierarchy, sir. You can use whatever the service, but when you go to the Azure, definitely once you log into the portal, you cannot access anything, but you can see the dashboard, sir. Dashboard can be visible, but you cannot access, you cannot create, you cannot deploy, nothing until unless you create the subscription. Then you will get one doubt, question mark. Sir, what is subscription? So what is subscription? Right? Yes or no? Yes or no, online people?
Yes, Subbu.
So subscription provides the capability to create, deploy, and run Azure cloud services like virtual machines, containers, Azure SQL, etc. It is a capability to create, deploy, run any cloud services. Azure subscription will provide you to create, deploy, run any Azure cloud services, such as virtual machine, storage account, anything.
Hello.
Yes, yeah, sorry. Okay, so that is what in an app portal. If you don't have any subscription, you cannot access any Azure service. So clear, sir? So that is the first point. So if you are not creating a subscription, you cannot perform anything. So you can access the Azure services from PowerShell. You can access the Azure from Azure portal. You can access the services from Azure CLI command line. Okay, so we are going to discuss PowerShell, sir. So last session will cover how to use the PowerShell to deploy the services. We'll have one 1 hour session. Okay, so no worries. So Azure subscription is a capability to create and deploy and run any Azure services. Without the Azure subscription, you can do anything, nothing in Azure. Okay, Azure subscription is a container for your Azure resources. It's a container. The container means not our Docker and Kubernetes, sir. Don't get confused. The subscription is like acts as a container for all our Azure services resources. Okay, a subscription is a billing boundary. So if you want to pay the bills, okay, how many resources you are using, how many hours you are using, okay, that billing boundary is also will decided by the Azure subscription. You can view anything. Okay, I will go for practical, no worries. All the live demos I will show you how they are going to pay the bills per a month, how much you got the amount. Okay, everything you can see from the subscription. So I'm telling a subscription is a container for the Azure resources. A subscription is a billing boundary. A subscription is an administrator boundary, means you can control the access from the subscription as well. You can control the access, whatever the resources you are going to, whatever the resources you are going to deploy under this subscription, you can control under this subscription. From the subscription as well, you can control it. So it is an administrator boundary, it is a billing boundary, it is a container for all Azure resources. Also, a subscription is a resource for the deployment boundary. Deployment, you can deploy any services, sir. Each subscription have a different billing and payment setups. Okay, so for example, you created a prod subscription, you created a test subscription, you created a dev subscription. Okay, so this you can go for monthly, this you can go for weekly, this you can go for hourly. Payment methods are billing boundaries. You can change the billing boundaries, you can change the payment methods for each subscription. Each subscription you can go for different billing and different payment methods as well. Each subscription is a subset of quotas. Means there are limitations, sir. In case if you reach that limitations, you need to contact Microsoft to enhance that limitations. So for example, under one subscription you can create only 1,000 virtual machines. Assume, sir, you can create only 1,000 virtual machines. So you already created 1,000 virtual machines. You cannot deploy 1,001. If you wanted to deploy 1,001, you need to contact Microsoft to enhance the quota. Okay, each cloud service, okay, belongs to the subscription, and the subscription ID may be required for the programmatic operation. Okay, so every subscription you will get the subscription ID, sir. Okay, so for example, you wanted to deploy, you wanted to create, if you wanted to access, if you wanted to perform anything from the command line or PowerShell, definitely you require the subscription ID. Without the subscription ID, you cannot access, you cannot deploy, you cannot create from the programmatic operations like PowerShell, a Python, or language, YAML program. So if you wanted to use any programmatic to access, to deploy, to create, okay, under this subscription, so you must and should require the subscription ID. Without the subscription ID, you cannot deploy anything. Okay, got you?
Where we have to give this subscription ID in the PowerShell?
When we are writing the PowerShell script set, sir. So for example, you are going to deploy a virtual machine. So it will ask you first. We need to you need to subscription ID. You need to provide under which subscription, under which resource group you are going to deploy this virtual machine. So subscription ID, resource group. Then you will create the virtual machine and the storage and the disk capacity. Everything you need to specify when you are using PowerShell.
Okay, then can we create the multiple subscription IDs?
Yes, you can create the multiple subscriptions. Each subscription you will get the subscription ID. When you create the subscription, you will get the subscription ID by default. So when you specially working with a command line, sir, programmatic, you require the subscription ID. When you are working from the portal, no need, sir. You can directly choose the subscription name. You can directly choose the subscription name when you are working from portal. When you are working from portal, no need to worry about the subscription ID. But when you wanted to access, when you wanted to deploy from the command line programmatic, then you must and should get the subscription ID.
Okay, in command line, I think subscription name is not working.
No.
Oh,
Subscription ID is working. Yes. Clear? Not clear?
Yeah, fine.
So we have different types of subscriptions, sir. When you go for, okay. So okay. Yes. Not this one. 1 second, sir. Yes. Okay. So we have different subscription. Whenever you wanted to create the subscription, you can go for pay as you go for development days, a Visual Studio Professional subscription, a MSDN platform subscription, and one Visual Studio Enterprise subscription, BizSpark subscription. So we have n number of subscriptions. Okay. So one of the subscriptions is mostly we will use the enterprise subscription. Mostly we will use the enterprise subscription. That enterprise subscription will start with, okay. So enterprise subscription, one is So one is hanu.com as well. So no need to go to the directly to the Microsoft. If you want to create the subscription, if you want to create the subscription, you can go to the, okay, retailer subscription. So these are the Hanu, which is India. In India also it is available. In India, maybe it's Pune location, I believe. Okay. If you wanted to create the subscription, you can also contact the broker. He's like a where he's also providing the subscription for you. He is also Hanu is also providing the subscription. If you wanted to create any subscription, no need to contact directly Microsoft. Okay, to create the subscription, you can also contact Hanu so that Hanu will create the subscription for you. But the charges will be bit higher because when compared to Microsoft, the Hanu will charge a bit higher because it is a third party, right? So Hanu will purchase bulk amount of subscription and he will sell the subscription. So you can contact Hanu as well to get the subscription. So from India, if you wanted to contact, you can also contact from if you wanted to create any subscriptions. I don't want to create directly from Azure portal. I don't want to access the I don't want to access anything from the Azure portal. I don't want to create a subscription from Azure portal. I want subscription means you can also create a subscription from Hanu as well. Okay, partner, direct partner. Okay, so that is a partner subscription. So Hanu is the partner for the Microsoft Azure. You can contact Microsoft to create the subscription, or you can contact the partner to create the subscription. It is also available. Okay. Okay, got you?
Yes, Subbu.
Yeah.
Online people. Okay, then, so as I told you, we have the limitations, right? Quota, as I told you, we in the slides also I mentioned clearly. So we have the quotas, limitations. So what are the limitations? Okay, so this is the one limitation, sir. So search for subscription quota limitation in Azure. You will get Azure subscription service limits and the quotas and the constraints. Everything you will get it. So I am going to share this every day. I'm going to share this URL, sir. So please keep it handy. Okay, so please keep it handy. You can refer this blog. Okay, you will get the more info. You will get more information. If you wanted to get what is the limitations, what are the limitations are available. Okay, so you will get more when you see these URLs. So complete about this one. Okay, so as of now, no need to worry about, but in future, if you wanted to become a Azure admin, okay, definitely you must and should know about all these concepts. Okay, as we are a core SQL DBA, we should have the knowledge. Okay, it's good, but if you wanted a core admin, so definitely you need to dig about all these concepts. Okay, got you? Online people. Okay. Then,
Yes, sure, Subbu. Yeah, we can.
yeah. Then resource group. Okay, so resource group is like is also like a container, under the resource. One second, we missed one point. Okay, just 1 second, guys. Yes, just 1 second. I wanted to explain. This is additional, sir. Don't keep your head in this part. Okay, it is pure core Azure admin. Okay, uh, on top of subscription also we have one hierarchy, sir. When you go to the Azure core Azure admin means, okay, on top of subscription also we have one more hierarchy, that is management group. But we no need to worry. If you create the subscription, you can work, sir, on regular works. But so when you have multiple subscription, so sir, why Microsoft create a management group means, let me ask you one question. So for example, you are a customer to the Microsoft. You went to the Microsoft asking, hey, I want 250 subscriptions. Will Microsoft will create 250 subscription for you? You asked Microsoft, I want 250 subscription. Will Microsoft will create 250 subscription for you? Yes or no?
Yeah.
No, first Microsoft will ask you a question, why? Why you want 250 subscription? For what purpose you want 250 subscription, right? To maintain 250 subscription, not a easy, sir. Yes or no? Okay. So subscriptions, under subscription we will have multiple resources group. Under multiple resource group, you have multiple resources. Okay. So Microsoft definitely will raise a question to you, why you want 250 subscription. Okay. So, and he will explain the complete the procedure, that the hierarchy what we are going to maintain is, so the hierarchy is, if you have multiple subscriptions, so you need to maintain the management group. If you have multiple management group, you need to have root management group. So this is the hierarchy, sir. Root management group. Under the root management group, we have the multiple management groups. Under multiple management groups, you have the multiple subscriptions. Under multiple subscription, you have the multiple resource groups. Under multiple resource group, you have the multiple resources. So he will explain you the hierarchy first, how you need to administrator, how you need to maintain the billing, how you need to maintain the quota, okay, how you need to maintain the hierarchy. Then he will grant you how many subscription is best and suitable for you to reduce the cost. Okay, clear? Not clear?
Yeah, it's clear, Subbu.
This and all will not be available in AWS, sir. Okay, whoever having the knowledge on AWS, no need to worry about all these concepts. Okay, but especially when you go for Azure, all these concepts will additional stuff where we need to keep our head, sir. Okay, that is the one thing. And okay, a resource group is nothing but again like a container, sir. It's like a container where you keep the resources. Apart from nothing, a resource group is a container where you will keep all your resources. But resource group don't have any region boundary. Means what I mean to say is, so for example, you created a resource group under India. You can place your resource on US. There is no regional boundary. But as a best practices, where you are creating the resource group, make sure that your resources also will be under same region. Otherwise, uh, in a general practice, it will applicable, sir. But when you go for high level configurations like networking, definitely you will face more complex. So please keep, as a best practices, please keep your resource group and resources under same region. But resource group is not a region boundary, but as a best practices you need to keep under same region. Tomorrow we'll show practicals, sir, no worries. Okay, that is what one thing I wanted to let you know. And one more important is, I said this is all complete Azure admins are core Azure admin. So don't keep your head and much on this. Just refer this article when you have the free time. When you have the free time, when you want to enhance your skills. So I'm just sharing all this doc to you. Please keep it handy. Okay. So see, there is no where I can suggest you, where I can give you a best material for. Okay, because the cloud is draftly enhancing. So if I stick with one article, it's waste of our time. So because what is my best suggestion is, so refer Microsoft blogs every time. Okay, and you need to see this time when it is modified, when it is created. Very important. So when this article is implemented, so this is article is implemented just 5 days ago, right? Yes or no?
Yeah, 5 days ago.
5 days ago. So please, my best suggestion, sir. Okay, please refer the blogs rather than stick with the material. Okay, rather than I will provide you material. Okay, but that is a student's psychology. I will provide the material, but my suggestion is, please refer the blogs. You will get the latest updates. You will get the latest updates. That what I can. Okay, please refer the articles which is recently deployed, like a 1 year, at least 1 year. Don't go for beyond 1 year. Okay, you are referring old articles again, old docs as well, please. Okay, this make a notes, everyone. And one more key factor, but this is again core administrative part. Okay, uh, I wanted to share with you. When you create a Azure account, tomorrow we are going to create, right? When you create a Azure account, okay, by default you will get one account called account administrator. Only one account administrator will be available for entire your Azure portal. Try to remember, one account administrator. Okay, he can maintain the subscription, he can maintain complete. He is the one, like when you go for SQL, sysadmin is the topmost privilege, right? Like a account administrator is the topmost. You can do anything from portal level, command level, anything. So one account administrator will be available for one login. That try to remember. Next, uh, each subscription you have one service administrator. If you are maintaining multiple subscription, you can create multiple service administrators. So one per Azure subscription. Please be careful, don't get confused. One subscription, one per Azure subscription. If you have multiple subscription, you can create multiple service account. Okay, account administrator can create the account service administrator, so that say service administrator can grant the permission, can revoke the permission, can deploy the services, anything he can do. He is the CEO, he is the manager. Assume he is the CEO, he is the manager, we are the team members, co-administrators, co-administrators. Okay, like it's just like a permissions level, sir. Okay, but we are not worrying about all these concepts. We are something focusing on IAM, identity access management, when we are discussing an Azure Active Directory. So we'll also discuss what is IAM, what is RBAC. Very important concept, a permissions level, RBAC, role based access control. We'll discuss a lot about in Active Directory session, no worries. Okay, co-administrator 200 per subscription. Okay, little bit about IDs as well. Okay, so any questions? We are almost done today. Okay, so
Can we create
yes.
any account administrator?
No, by default it will get it. No, by default,
No.
once you log
Okay.
into the
By
portal, that
default,
account
suppose
itself will
that
call
is
it as a portal.
SA. Okay, we can call suppose SA. So actually in SQL we can create some logins and we can give the sysadmin also them, right?
No, that comes
Like,
into the different IAM. That comes into the different picture IAM here. Here, technical identity access management using RBAC, you
okay.
can grant the permissions.
Oh, okay.
This is something top level hierarchy. Okay, this is something top level hierarchy. We are not worrying about this hierarchy because it's something different. Okay.
Okay.
And regions and availability zones. Okay, so region is nothing but a geographical region is nothing but a country, sir. In a simple terms, country. Take India, take London, take US. Okay, it's region is like a country. Each region may have one or more availability zones. Each region may have one or more availability zones. Each region is isolated from other region. Means every region is unique user with maintain the different data centers at different roles and responsibilities. Each region have some limitations as well. Okay, don't compare between two different data centers. Don't compare with the two different regions. So there are, you can see a differences. You can see the different limitations. So for example, if you are assume Azure SQL database won't works in India data center. It will works on Azure. It will works on US. So there are some level of isolations will be available when you go for each regions, and each regions have multiple availability zones. Means each zone will maintain one availability data center. Each zone will maintain one or more availability data center. When you especially go for India, India is a region, sir. India is a region. In that region, we have 3 availability zones. So in the 3 availability zone, Microsoft is maintaining 3 data centers. Okay, 3 data centers. So one data center is available in Pune, one data center is available in Chennai, one data center is available in Mumbai. So Microsoft is maintaining 3 data centers in India: Pune, Chennai, Mumbai. So availability zones, 3 availability zones, one region is India. Okay, so let me open map.build.azure.com. So map.build.azure.com. So here you can see, one second. Yeah, so when you go to, when you expand the, see, when you go to the India, so we have 3 data centers: Pune, Mumbai, Chennai. So in India, 3 data centers. Okay, India is the region. These are the zones. Okay, so approximately around 60 plus data centers are available, which is offering by Microsoft. Even you can see US, Australia, Singapore. Nearest is Singapore. Singapore is the best. It can be fit for all. So it is fully designed data center. Singapore. In India also, maybe a few services won't works. Okay, but when you go for Singapore, almost it is fully designed data center. Okay, so that's what today my planning. Any questions and answers? Online people.
I'm good with
And
this part.
my small request is please ping your email address, okay, over the WhatsApp window. Okay, let me stop recording. If you know no questions, let me stop the recording. I wanted to say something. Okay, no questions.
Yeah, sure.
Manoj, Murli, Sai, Raju, Chelmani.
No, no, Subbu, it's fine.